And magandang umaga sa ating lahat, no? Sana ngayon ang ating synchronous session or ang ating discussion ng Arts and Crafts of Luzon. But because of the typhoon, na-cancel ang ating synchronous session. However, gumawa ako ng pre-recorded para naman hindi tayo malate at para meron pa rin tayong matutunan ngayong araw kahit na nasa offline lang tayo or nasa asynchronous. Okay? So today's lesson is about the arts and crafts of Luzon, the highlands and lowlands. Okay. But before we start or before we formally start to our discussion, let us first discuss your target or the most essential learning competencies of this lesson. Okay? The student is able to analyze the elements and principles of arts producing one's art and crafts inspired by the art of Luzon. Identify the characteristic of arts and crafts in specific area in Luzon. Incorporate the design, form, and spirit of the highland lowland artifacts and objects in one's creation. And also to create crafts that can be locally assembled using local materials, guided by local tradition, techniques, derived elements from traditions, history of community for one's artwork. Okay, let us start this lesson in unlocking the art vocabulary. Okay, so the first one is the word indigenous. When we say indigenous, this it pertains to the native to the place or yung mga tao nakatutubo na nakatira sa mga native place natin. Like for example, yung mga tribo ng Mangyan, yung mga Aitas, yung ating mga katutubo na nasa Mountain Province. So they are the what we call indigenous people, kung saan meron silang napakayayamang kultura. Okay? And when we say prehistoric, this is the period before any written records were made. Tagal lang to, hindi pa kayo buhay nito. Noong unang panahon pa kasi ito, ano? Then, comparisons. When we say comparisons, is just to look at the two different objects, dalawang artworks na pinagko-compare from the world itself to compare. Then according din sa kanilang selected criteria, of course. Kasi ang arts kasi ang mga anak ay may iba't ibang criteria. So ginagamit natin ang word na comparison. Okay, so much for that art vocabulary. Ilan lang yun sa mga ating mamimit or may encounter sa discussion, no? So, art elements and principles and processes. Ano kaya ang mga ito? Okay. The first one is the what we call geometric lines, no? When we talk about geometric lines, these are the different straight or curved lines found in an art, okay? Bali, ito ang matatagpuan or makikita natin, especially sa mga textiles na may encounter natin. Okay? Then the next one is the geometric shapes. When we say geometric shapes, these are the squares, triangles, rectangles, ovals, and hexagons. Ito yung mga examples na pwedeng maging designs ng iyong art, no? So, the third one is the repeated design. So, this repeated design is defined as one pattern or motif or color repeated over a space, no? So, yeah, inuulit-ulit lang yung isang design. Pwedeng pa horizontal, pwedeng vertical. Basta iisang design lang siya na pinaulit-ulit, okay? Then, the fourth one is the alternating design. So, madali lang to unawain. Two or more patterns, motif, or colored alternated. For example, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. Yan, sa color yon. Ito namang sa patterns, pwede naman itong, ayan, katulad na nasa picture, oblong na dalawa, then oblong na isang malaki, then dalawang oblong ulit. So, alternate lang siya. Nakakapag-create na tayo ng design. Okay, the fifth one is the graduated designs, no? A motif or pattern that is repeated but in graduated size from small to big. Like for example, this one dito sa bilog na ito, from small papalaki ng papalaki, no? So this is what we call the graduated design in terms of size. Then sa color naman, this one is from dark to light. Yan, graduated design din yung tawag doon. And the sixth one, the mural making. So mural making is a big artwork which can be done alone, no? But siguro kung mag-isa ka lang gagawa nito, matagal mo ito bago matapos at kakain talaga ito ng maraming oras, no? Or with a group, no? Pag a group naman, siguro mabilis lang kasi ang daming gumagawa din, ang dami ding ideas, no? Usually meant for a wall or wide space. Marami nito sa Manila, lalo na along EDSA, yung mga design doon, no? Ayan. So much for that arts and elements and processes. Okay. So let's move on to folk arts from Ilocos Region and Calderiera Administrative Region or yung CAR. So in Ilocos, kung makikita nyo, we have different places here. We have different tourist destination in Ilocos na pinagmamalaki nila na pwede nyong mapuntahan. No? Ayan. May Lapas Sand, may Bangi Windmills, Calle Cresologo, Bolinaw Falls, Santa Maria Church, Baluarte Church, Lingayen. So hindi lang dyan mayaman ng Ilocos. Mayaman din sila sa kanilang mga pinagmamalaking art. No? Meron or crafts, no? Meron sila nitong tinatawag na Iloco or Enabel or tinatawag din naman itong Abel fabric, no? This fabric is made from the cotton which undergo binatbatan or beating of cotton balls using bamboo sticks. So pinupukpok. Tawag nila doon ay binatbatan ng patpat na gawa sa kawayan. Okay. Then, this oldest Ilocano tradition, the Panagabel, ay binanapan nila sa kanilang mga ancestors o sa kanilang mga ninuno. And the main ingredients of this loom are tilar, sinulid, and pasensya. Okay? Then, in Pangasinan, meron naman silang tinatawag na bulino mats na gawa sa raffia leaves or buri. Ayan, no? Wini-weave yan, mga anak, then nagiging banig siya. Napaka-artistic at napaka-bosise, no? Kaya pag may banig sa bahay, masarap higaan, no? Kasi alam mo talagang pinaghirapan ng mga gawang kamay, no? Okay, so much for that. And let us move on to Cordillera Administrative Region or yung CAR. So sa Benguet, may tinatawag silang tinalik basket. And this tinalik basket are used in farm or ginagamit ito sa pag-aani ng mga gulay, prutas, mga bulaklak, ayan. Diyan nila nilalagay. Kaya farming related siya ginagamit, yung tinalik basket. Then sa Kalinga Textiles, ayan. Tela nila, no? Meron itong iba't ibang designs, geometric lines, geometric shapes, ayan, repetitive patterns. So nandiyan lahat 'yon. Okay. Then sa ikat, loincloth weaving characterized by diamond stripes of white and red stripes. Then meron din silang tinatawag na lingling or dinumog. These amulets used as fertility symbols, no, and worn around the neck. So sinusuot siya sa neck, parang kwintas. Okay? Sa Mountain Province naman mga anak, they have this what we call the hanging coffins or yung mga nakahang na labi ng tao or kabaong, no? A special burial technique where humid air and atmosphere of Mount Province caves help mummify the bodies. Ayan yung form ng kanilang pagmamamify sa katawan ng tao na namayapa na. Okay? And pag namatay daw ang isang mataas na tao sa lipunan or yung mga mayayamang tao, itong pinapasuot nila, yung tinatawag nilang kadangyan cloth or the burial cloth only used for rich people. Okay? Then ang tattoo art naman sa kanila, it symbolizes it signifies the rite of passage from youth to adult life or yung heroism ng isang tao. Pwede rin naman daw na katapangan sa community. Okay? Then, meron din sila itong sinipsiwan, the bontok cloth fabric used for blanket and clothing. Then, the wains, the montok means G-string or yung bahag nila, ayan, itsura. Pag nagpunta kayo ng Baguio, pwede kayo magpa-picture, suot-suot yung mga kanilang mga traditional attire, no? Then the get off of lufid or the women's wrap. Ayan yung parang balabal ng mga babae na igorota, okay? Then the ginaspala belt worn by a married woman of Bontok. So sa atin, di naman tayo nagsusuot ng ganyan. So minsan nade-determine lang natin yung isang tao if she is already married kapag may singsing na siya dito sa kanyang sa kanyang palasingsingan, no? Pero sa kanila, ma-determine din natin sila by this ginaspala belt, okay? So, meron din silang tinatawag na bobo basket dito. They are using this basket to catch fish in the river, no? Napakatatalino, okay? Then, in Bontoc, in Mountain Province kasi, nagnganganga sila or the betel net, no? Then, ito yung mga suot nila, yung suklang. Kasi mga anak, sa Mountain Province, napakalamig ng klima. Then sabi nila, bukod sa nakakapagpatibay daw ng ngipin yung nganga, nakakapagpigay pa daw ito ng warm sa katawan. So kaya sila kumakain ng betel nut. Kaya lang yung ngipin nila is naninilaw. But it doesn't mean they are not brushing their teeth, no? Nagbabrush din naman sila, kaya lang namamantsahan lang talaga ng betel nut. Okay? Then the binali, ipugaw grain container, also called the tinalik. Okay? So that would be all for this lesson. Thank you for listening. If you have concerns and clarifications, please send me a direct message sa Facebook or sa ating GC. Okay? Thank you. Keep safe, everyone, and see you on our next meeting.